there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. I've gone ahead and done some battles in between, so we should be ready to just end turn. But I wanted to show a bit about the current situation. So we got our army situated here with reinforcements ready on the bridge. And we got this army just in case. That's slowly, the Belgian army slowly gathering up its force. Then throughout here we don't have anything until we come here, where we have a Prussian army that possibly threatens to go in to undefended territory. However, Sol defeated the Austrians here, and I played that battle. And I think I have... What I did was I took some clips from it. And there, you saw a bit about how the battle went. And he should be able to defeat this. And if these guys manage to, if they decide to go through, he can go ahead and block them there. And then, of course, we saw last time Napoleon went in and took Poland. And I think this battle... I'm pretty sure that I out-resolved this battle, so I don't have anything to show from that. But this battle, however, I believe that I filmed. And so you saw a bit about how that battle went. And there we have it. Someone's been asking for naval battles, which we probably will get at some point. But I want to build up my navy so I know that that it is as strong as it can be before we go ahead and do anything. And then just going through the plans of if I'm going ahead and invade England, I'll probably have to place a few spies in England beforehand so I know what's going on, where the armies are stationed and so on. But then the most likely target is not to go directly for London, which that's going to create a load of problems. So instead, the most likely scenario, and the scenario that Napoleon himself had planned out, I believe, there were a number of plans to invade Ireland and to start off the invasion of England by going to Ireland first and hopefully get the Irish people to rise up with Napoleon and then go through and attack England in that way. But I think now, without further ado, yes, well, we can go through about some of the protectorates and ideas people had of me giving them a lot of territory. And I'm still not, damn it, I'm still not entirely sure about, making them bigger, because a lot of the fact that they're only sort of happy with me because I have given them tons upon tons of money and technology. He's actually going directly to meet. Oh, we got 2 of them slipping through. We even possibly got 4 full stacks on their way slipping through. Which I think is a mistake by the Prussians. They should go in, surround Napoleon, and destroy him there, rather than slip through. But I guess both of these tactics really work. Most likely, once I take Moldova, I will actually give that to, what's this? Peace treaty, give technology, standardized artillery. Their offer is standardized artillery, and they will give me money. The thing is, you know what? That's a pretty good deal actually, and I don't have to honor it for a very long time. And there's no risk to my allies at this point by signing a peace with the Ottomans, and getting the artillery and getting that cash will serve me just well. Like, this army is not going to threaten the Greeks. I don't think this army either is a threat to anyone. And then I can resume hostilities with the Turks once I'm ready, and we can march up to the border and take the final area the Turks control in Europe, and we can give that over to the Romanians. Okay, we got the ships being recruited now, and we got other troops to replenish the army. And then we got supply depot on the Balkans at Sarajevo, and then we've got a spy that got blah. Well, you could read what it said. Subterfuge. So we got these 2 to back up this navy, which now should be plenty strong enough to take on the remnants of the Ottoman navy, and we could sink that, and then we could go in here and we can see what's going on here, because I could go ahead and sort of bypass some of the Russian stuff and go directly to I'm not entirely sure where the city for this area is. If it's, I think it's located right about here. I'm not sure. We'll have to have our spies go through and find that out. The Russians are at war with us again, and we're gonna have to find out something to deal with the Austrians. I would like to go ahead and destroy these, but we have a Prussian army that's on the way. I'm not entirely sure why everyone who invades this kind of area is going for Hungary. or Budapest, I should say, and why they not go for Vienna, which is a lot less well organized. And we got this area as well. Why don't they go there? Let's have the spy go ahead and figure out what's going on in Königsberg. Nothing's really going on there, so we could easily march in there and take it. But I want to end all these smaller factions. So the Austrians, they do have quite a lot of armies compared to their size. So we're gonna go ahead and invade the Austrians by taking this supply depot and destroying it, making sure that when I defeat these Austrian armies, I will be able to continue on my way to destroy them. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna have this army is gonna march in and prepare to come across. Will he let me pass? Yes, he will. And he will let me pass through that. So we'll stay within our own territory by marching this way. While Murat will go ahead and march in and take care of that one. He will also close, hopefully, the path through here, where the Austrians are coming through. This army will march towards the border over there as well. And then we have those two armies making their way through here, taking this territory, and then attacking the Russians. The Greeks have plenty enough force and money, because I've just pushed so much money into them, that they should be able to handle themselves. And the Romanians should be able to hold their own as well, since, well, I've got my armies close by, and so on. Nothing really happened here, and I want to go ahead and finish off this English force. Okay, they ran away. Oh, and I wasn't able to get back inside. Luckily though, I have destroyed the fort, which was quite annoying. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have these two occupy that as we repair it, and then these will stay here. And we got this force that could possibly join, but they still have quite a bit of go before they come close to that. What we can do is the rest of these forces that we're starting to recruit now, we've got a lot of these young guards and stuff. So what we can do is we can look at making a new army that will be preparing to land in England. How many turns does it take to 3 turns? So maybe just a little sloop to get some spies across. But first of all, I think my spies do better work right now by being here in Poland and stuff, or in current enemy territory. Why can I not recruit them right now? Oh, it's still a few turns away. I can, however, recruit these 2 Polish artillery pieces. So well, you know what? It's probably best just to get started with that, because it's going to take a while before we get a Polish army of a size close enough to actually take part in the battles. Right. And we recruited more boats through here. Yes, or ships. And let's go into the diplomatic situation. My allies are happy with me. What we want to do is we want to see if we can push away more trade partners from England. So we can push away the Danish and Mecklenburg. I'm not entirely sure which one of these provide the most cash for England. We can probably check. So we got their trade route with Denmark here, which is about 1,700, and then with the Mecklenburg, they've got, okay, so the Danish would be more appropriate. Denmark, I want you to trade embargo Great Britain. And for that, I will offer you... Ooh, they have the semaphore lands. I will offer you all of this. And I will offer you a sum of 35,000 franc to stop trade with England. Satisfactory. The talks have ended well, which means another trade partner falls from Britain, and we're slowly starving those bastards out. Now, they probably still get some from trade routes up here, which they still control, but I hope the Spanish have everything here under control. Which is good. I really want to get my hands on some ivory. So that would be nice if the I'm not sure if this one's going like that way or if it's going that way, but we got ivory supply there, which what I could do is I could send this navy to check that out, because if we could set up at the ivory position, that would gain us a lot of money. Anyways, let's go ahead and end the turn. We've got another spy coming in to take a look at what's going on in Berlin. The Austrians are gathering up. I wish they would... Oh, they're going to... Yes! What a strange way. They could have sent both their armies to deal with Lan, but no. They'll send one without a proper general. And I'm pretty sure that Lan will be able to smash this army as he's done before. Oscar Schiff versus John Lane at the Battle of Res. Look at the terrain here. It looks like there's no trees at all. Battle of Rzeszów. Well, unfortunately, the battle crashed, but I will go ahead. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do it again. Now you can see that the battle lineup is actually sort of in a crescent shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a crescent shape in the other direction, though. So we're going to have the cannons here, and then we're going to have the infantry in a crescent towards the other outwards instead. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have them like this. So these were, let's see, 5 units. And how many do we have here? We, I believe, have a bit more. So if we remove this one, then we have 5, and then we drag them from this corner into the cannons, and then we have this one to back up. You know what? I think this corner is probably going to be more of a problem. So we're going to have them back up that corner, and then behind the cannons we're going to have 2 units of grenadiers to protect it, and I think we're going to have the cavalry behind here as well. Well, what we'll do is we'll have the heavy cavalry behind here, and then we'll have the light cavalry up in this corner to swing around here. Then we have the marines close by here to protect that, and protect, more importantly, the general. We have the voltigeurs, which will be behind here, but once sort of the main attack of the Austrian has been defeated, they will push up through the lines and start attacking them. Also, I do believe that the enemy force carried a Jaeger unit, so we want to deal some damage to that one, or have something that can chase that one down. Gonna start here with just our artillery firing at the enemy general, because he has not shown the rest of his army, and I think they're slowly just gonna make their way up to our force. So we can just sit here for a while and probably shoot the general down until the general is killed. And since we have 4 of these that we can open up to fire barrage style. That wasn't even close to where... Oh, because the general disappeared, so that you fired into nothing. Oh, the general has moved so far back as it's possible, and it's sort of hiding behind dead ground a bit. But it seems we've hit something else, maybe. And we can hear the Austrians marching through. We do have one unit that's special here. We got the this one with the veterans. I'm not entirely sure if there's any difference between these veterans and the other unit that's standing by. Just the normal, which is the 33rd, which is right here. So it doesn't really look like there's anything special with them. Like there's anything... No. Doesn't seem like there's anything special. And then we have the Marines. Our Grenadiers. And behind the heavy cavalry. Ah, we've got quite... Yes, just as I thought. They're gonna put quite a lot of focus at here. So we're gonna have these guys move out and form square in anticipation of the enemy cavalry coming at us. We've got a Jaeger unit as well. Looks like they're attacking this unit, so this one will form square as well. And then what we have here, we've got some... Oh, this one's a special hussar unit. The Graf Blankenstein. So this one will also form into square. And then this is though quite heavy cavalry. So we'll probably hold off and wait until they charge the square. And then we charge in. Send in the hussars! We got another unit. The Blankenstein hussars are charging, but they fall onto the square.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, this... We sort of charged over our own square when we follow the enemy cavalry there. What we'll have is the voltigeurs will turn out on the side, see if they can do anything there. I want to check the other side quickly. What's going on here? The 2 squares are holding, but I imagine they're losing some men if the... No, the Jaeger company has not opened fire just yet. Well, we had cavalry attacking the cannons. The problem with not making just a straight line is of course the fact that the ends of the line will come under quite heavy attack, or could possibly come under quite heavy attack. We'll tell the voltigeurs to open fire. I think the hussars can deal with the enemy force, hopefully. And then the line seems to be holding. We've got a squadron of enemy cavalry coming up through here. I don't think they will make it very far, hopefully. Seems like they're making their way towards the cannons. We got another unit here that's... Oh, it's charging! It's charging straight towards the line, or towards the cannons actually. It will contact with the line beforehand. Oh, boom! Oh, did you fire? You're supposed to fire a grape shot. Oh, if that would have been a grape shot, this might be a grape shot. No. Ah, they've already fired. So the enemy was broken though, so I didn't really need that. Covering quite heavy stuff over there, so we're gonna move the heavy cavalry over to deal with what's going on the right side. On this side, oh, our men
are running, sir.
are losing on that side. We had another unit that broke off the square over here and leaves this square alone with enemy units all around it. This unit is you know what, we need to get rid of that Jaeger company, because the Jaeger company is really destroying us over there. And the heavy cavalry will come in and destroy hopefully this unit. The center is holding.
Our men are running, sir.
We got another unit routing. It was the square that was... No. Yeah, it was the second unit, the one I sent out to charge the Jaeger company that gave up. The center is holding, so we will have the grenadiers march out here and protect this side, and then they might have the guards here, but I don't think these guys will make it very far. These guys need to drop the square because there's no cavalry anymore there. Cannon's doing fine. Now with the heavy cavalry coming in, the enemy is sent off. These guys will drop their square and form into line. And now the heavy cavalry is sweeping across and will sweep the enemy away. The voltigeurs combined with this line infantry is enough to push away the Hungarian militia. They probably did quite well, or were quite proud of themselves. The fact that they sort of, well, it wasn't really them, but they were part of destroying my hussars that was in this area and pushed them off. But that was, I guess, when the Chevalier sort of rode away. They drove my cavalry straight through my own lines, which didn't go too well. Okay, now we're shelling our own men with canister. Hold fire. We don't want to break our own cavalry. Let's plug this gap. And we're gonna send the hussars. Where are the hussars? Oh, they're back here. I thought they would have gone further away. Oh, we have another unit out there. We can march up and support on this side. But overall you can see that the Austrians are running away. Fire cannon shot. Cavalry is stuck here a bit on the grenadiers, so I think we're gonna send the cavalry over to this side instead. Get the Jaegers, which have set up slightly behind this wall in this heavy bush. They've set up and they're able to shoot down our men. But here comes the heavy cavalry. They're a bit tired, but oh crap. The cannons seem to be picking targets as to constantly hit the cavalry. I guess they really don't like the cavalry unit. We've got more grenadiers there, but I think what we can do is we can pass. Okay, I need... Why does the cannons insist on firing on my cavalry? The Hungarians are back to fight with the voltigeurs. We got these guys, they can push up to the wall and set up in that corner. But now you can see all over the field the Austrians are giving way. And the general has just formed a long line here with his hussars, possibly to stop them retreating, but I guess at this point he should have realized that the battle is over. You know what? Just so we don't shoot our own men, we're gonna target him with the cannon. Charge into that. Or maybe you should charge the grenadiers and get rid of them. But I think once the enemy general gets hit by a cannonball, which if he's gonna just stand there, it's probably gonna happen pretty darn soon. I think the rest of the enemy force is just gonna give up. I wonder who is the general among these. Can you tell on the uniform who is the officer? This guy is the officer, I think. Just by judging by the plume. No one else has anything similar to him. Or the one with the red one. But I think the red one could possibly be like a trumpeter. Or something like that. Everyone else has this little green stuff. So it's one of these two. This unit is actually gonna come pretty close to these two units. So why don't you march up and you ready yourself to fight. They've got a little bit because they've got that fence, but they're not actually up at the fence. So the fence is gonna, at this range they're standing, it's gonna protect us just as much as it's gonna protect them. I'm surprised that the Hungarian militia is still standing. Oh, it's because why aren't the voltigeurs firing? That's why it's been able to stand there so long. And these guys, of course, not really a great rate of fire, is it? There we go. Now they're about to give way. Yeah, there they. It's because they were sort of silly there and they wanted to hide behind the different walls. I told you to fire upon the general. Now fire upon the general, I'd say. And I'm gonna go ahead. General's gonna go ahead and inspire them to make sure they get as many cannonballs into that general as possible. Now they've just one long line. What I could do is I could aim the cannon to fire right behind the general. Because now they're firing off at the edge instead of towards the center where the general is. Boom! We just took away the guy with the red one. So that was clearly the trumpeter. So the one with the black and yellow is the one that is the officer, and everyone around the officer is flying away, but he still stands. Oh, there he goes. Boom. And with the officer gone, they probably should go ahead and retreat. For some reason, by actually targeting behind the unit, I probably got a lot more kills than when I had them just firing at the unit. They decided there for a bit that they were gonna charge the line, which would have been utter suicide. But there we have it. We are victorious. Gonna go ahead and save this. Da da la la. Boom. Heroic victory. And we lost 1,300 men. The enemy lost 3,000. And hopefully we should have no problem in attacking and taking that area from the Austrians. Even if we can't, we can have the armies that are marching up towards the this last Turkish area in Europe and take that. Oh, where are these guys going? Okay, these guys, not really liking that. That they're behind my lines and they're marching all over the place. And I only really got one army there to stop the Prussians. Oh, a Russian army turned up. A full I can't have Lan defeat both of these, so he's gonna have to retreat and find another way of attacking them. The Turks landed a force in my territory, and so clearly they've declared war upon me again. The idiots, and they landed really close to my general. They raid a mine, they raid Lodz. Steam engine. Good. General available. Building constructed. Logging camp in Greater Poland. And the Turks go ahead and join my enemies again. And you know what? These two armies can both go in and destroy this Turkish force. And should be able to out-resolve this without greater problem. The Turkish landing force was defeated. Mohammed Memis was killed. Right, we have this army which is looking where the Prussians are going. It seems as though they're going towards Klausenburg, Transylvania. But we're gonna go to the bridge first, because there's no way that we're gonna be able to stop the Prussians anyway. This army is gonna march over there and prepare to stop the Prussians. Now I can upgrade a load of stuff because I got steam engine. There's not really an army here standing against Napoleon, so Napoleon could go up to Danzig and split the Prussian kingdom in two. And that is exactly what he intends to do. And Poland will be getting their troops pretty darn soon. And what we'll have, since Lan will not be able to stand against all of this, especially since we've got a Russian army coming up, he's gonna go ahead and retreat back to Poland. And we got these two coming up, hopefully destroy the Turks. This guy chasing this army. This one stopping this. Could get reinforcement from these guys if need be. The Prussians were sending forth a force over here. This army is falling back. Situated right here. Push towards Berlin. How many men? How far from ready are these? I think a few more turns, but then, you know what, we're gonna move this one up anyways. Situated on the bridge. And see what kind of replenishment rate we get. Oh, it's the same, so yeah, we will hold all of these troops right here. And then we could possibly see about doing a push towards Berlin. Let me get my spy closer to see what's going on in Berlin. I can't really see. We can see this unit right here, but that's how far we get. We're not... Right. Why don't you set up a spy network in Königsberg? And you know what? This is going to be it for this episode, but hopefully next time we're going to be able to make some gains along here. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!